last few thousand, the last 10,000 eggs. So what we got here is two clutches of eggs, and he doesn't get this clutch because I'm on this side. Even though this is Tim, by the way, he's our breeding manager. He cheated. You see that? Just for that, I'm going to get the cool snake.
You got 2 boxes. I only got one, so it's the quality, you got the quantity, we're all good.
Okay. That's okay. These turn out just as cool as those. These turn out solid purple, but we've had more of these. So now, what we got here, as you can see, just for everybody, just to prelim everybody, you see when they cut the blood vessels and they bleed. So you can see the blood coming out there. When I cut them with a razor blade, they're going to bleed too. Don't be worried. Everything will be fine.
They did this on their own. So
right.
All kinds of all this on their own.
This is on their own. We tried to let everybody know that you could come and watch this, and we wanted to give you guys time to get here, so we decided to wait a little bit. So what we got here is a Jampia tiger, het for albino, bred to a snow. Now that means that genetically speaking, these snakes, the next generation will produce a snake that we call snow, which actually means it has no red pigment. It's called anery.
The Jampia is a dwarf, so it's a smaller form of retic.
Correct. So it'll be a smaller form of retic. This here is a very big retic, actually. This particular line genetically is from a large line of snakes. And when I mean large line, is like literally in size.
This one behind.
Yeah. Just we have one of these snakes here. Got to be probably 175 pounds practically by accident in 2.5 years. We had to put them on a diet to even get them to breed. They wanted to be really large. And I know it's politically correct to just call them big boned, but they're actually larger too. So this is kind of like a lottery ticket for me, because I don't have to buy lottery tickets because we get to hatch cool genetic eggs, and we know the odds better than a lottery ticket too, so that makes it kind of fun. What are we going to get? So what's our percentage? Should be roughly over there, 50-50?
Well, we should get 50% albinos, 50% of those should be tigers, which actually so means 25% of them
Right.
should be albino tigers. And the other half should be albinos and normals, but they'll all be purple phase, which is this kind of
Now the only reason why we know they should all be purple phase is because this particular female we've bred before, correct? And so we know she isn't het snow, because she was a possible het snow, but she came from a purple line. So a purple line will never have anything but a purple baby unless you breed it to a white one. That's a lot of genetics for some of you guys here. All you want to see is babies born.
What's albinism?
Albinism is a gene which basically it lacks all dark melanin, and it's a recessive gene.
And where did you learn that?
I learned it from learning and reading books.
How many of my YouTube videos have you watched?
Every single one of them, and probably 3 times.
Only 3 times?
Probably more than
Your mom says, oh, that's all you do.
exactly.
And he's absolutely correct.
And he is correct, that is right. Now these snakes here are actually kind of weird gene. They're caramel albino, and for some reason, these snakes hatch out white. And then we believe it to be a protein that's related to the temperature. And what ends up happening is when they get older and they have cool days, of course they're incubated at 90, we can't change that. If we could incubate these eggs at 85 and they would hatch, they'd probably come out purple. So Tim's going to start cutting, I'm going to start cutting.
What I'm going to show you guys talking about. See this is an albino. Now if you see this snake back here, she's an albino too, but she is a different phase of albino, so she's all white. This is called a T positive albino.
Wait, is she a white face?
It's actually 2 phases. True. It's 2 phases, but they actually work together. Now this looks like a white phase, but this will actually turn purple. So there's what we're looking for, and this is going to be approximately 50%. So there's what we're looking for. So we're going to go ahead and start cutting. You guys can watch. You can ask questions as we go if you like.
So this part,
Another albino. Right, these change colors.
because sometimes you may have a snake that
See, there's a head.
actually cannot fit out of the egg. This just increases survival rate, which is one of the benefits of captive breeding. Now, in this clutch here, what we're looking for in this clutch is an albino tiger. This is the tiger gene. quite a bit different than normal. Normally, so we're looking in this question, this snake lacking melanin, correct?
For this view.
And I didn't realize this, but now, just because I just found this one
This
snake,
carries the gene.
I know that this snake was a tiger. Already from hatch, this is obviously a tiger female, correct? So this came from a tiger female, and this is a super tiger. So you see the line? What a tiger is a snake that adjusts the pattern. A super tiger is when it does it twice on top of each other. So that's a super form of that. And that's a codominant trait, and that's a recessive trait, the albino, the other part.
I don't think you're going to be quite tall enough.
How come you don't pull them all the way out of their eggs?
Okay.
From about 24 hours to the yolk sac, and they're soaked all over.
How long are they right now?
Probably 30 minutes long.
Oh, that's pretty long.
And now, one good question would be, what are we cutting the eggs for? I'll tell you why we're cutting the eggs. They are born with an egg tooth. Now, we're working with a lot of genetics and a lot of different things, so sometimes, even if we didn't, the call of the wild would be for a snake that didn't have an egg tooth would actually perish in the egg, because it would just try to cut itself out, would be unable, and it would just drown in the egg. I don't know if you guys noticed, these aren't wild-looking snakes. These are actually captive-born morphs. We don't want to cull them, and if they don't have an egg tooth, we're good with that. So we try to help them out. A lot of people freak out on the internet and think we're damaging them or harming them. We have no interest in harming them. This isn't what we do for a living. We want everyone to make it, and we'd like to have everyone have a good shot at it all. Okay, real quick before I finish, I want everybody to, once you guys line up down that way, and I want you to actually, if you want, we have hand sanitizer. You can feel that the eggs are actually soft and they're not hard. It's kind of interesting to feel them. So if you want to do it, just go ahead and line up that way. And if you don't want to touch them, just stand back a little bit.
You want to wash your hands, sanitizer.
And I think you go ahead
and feel it. See how it's soft?
I didn't look at it.
back here.
Pretty well, right? See how it's soft? Now these eggs actually grow. These eggs actually grow the whole time that they're incubating. They actually gain weight the entire time.
Yeah, I'll go with you.
Sometimes people want to throw eggs away because they have a little bit of damage. They look dirty and look nasty, but if you ever see what they look like when the mother incubates them, it's amazing.
It's touching the shell.
I know, this is the girl that doesn't want to see, what's his face? Right.
Okay, go ahead. Let's just go ahead and walk by. The numbers are just for us to count them when we're coming out eggs and to know the position that they're straight up. Chicken eggs, sometimes you rotate. You do rotate them. Bird eggs. On python eggs, you have to leave them stable in one position the entire incubation period.
We want to see them one time.
If you try to get close to head first,
I've only seen it.
So say if I run this one,
Right here is a super tiger albino. So we got a, excuse me, a super tiger caramel albino. Garrett, come over this way.
If I can, Jay, if I can.
Yeah?
All right. How are we doing
Now, she
here?
asked a good question. How big do they grow and how fast? It really depends completely on how much you feed them. And then the genetics also. Like some of these snakes, when I made a comment earlier, it accidentally got 200 pounds really fast. Not really. We feed our snakes a lot, but some of them have the ability to grow quicker than others from genetics.
Let's see what we got here.
And we can actually, you could actually keep a mainland retic, maybe even as small as 5 or 6 feet.
SD
in 3
tiger het
years.
snows. There you got a purple tiger het snow. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Actually, some of them actually look wild.
That's because they're tigers.
What's next?
That's pretty cool.
Did you touch the head of that? They're gonna start coming out, right?
Well,
Over here, caramel tiger times tiger het.